Let me ask you something. How many of you have ever studied for hours, convinced you knew everything, only to forget it all in the exam? Or how many of you have highlighted entire pages of your textbook, only to realize later you remember nothing? What if I told you the way you have been studying your whole life is scientifically designed to make you forget? And what if I told you there is a better way? But most of us have never been taught how to learn. Today, in this video, I will show you how to master psychology effortlessly, not just to pass exams, but to think like a psychologist, apply psychology in real life, and become a sharper thinker. Most students assume that if they spend more time studying, they will remember more. That's a complete lie. Your brain is not a hard drive. You don't store information like a computer. If you try to memorize without meaning, your brain deletes the information to save space. And that's why cramming never works. Your brain has limited bandwidth. When you overload it with mindless reading, it shuts down. That's why after 30 minutes of reading, you start zoning out, your concentration drops, and the concepts start feeling boring. So, how do we fix this? We stop cramming and start hacking the way our brain naturally remembers things. We use two powerful learning techniques that science has proven to make learning effortless. In active recall, instead of rereading your notes, close the book and test yourself. Try recalling the information from memory. Your brain loves the challenge. Every time you retrieve information, it strengthens the memory just like a muscle. And instead of cramming, space out your learning. Review today, then in 2 days, then a week later. Science proves that spaced learning locks information into long term memory so you can recall and retrieve the information when time and situation need. So, learning is not just about the time spent, but it's about the technique you use to encode and restore information in your mind and brain. So, memorizing psychological theories will not make you think like a psychologist, but understanding how great minds think that will definitely do the job. According to a psychological principle, Dunning-Kruger effect, beginners think they know everything, but experts realize how little they actually know. This is why the more you learn, the more humble you become. So, if you want to truly master psychology, you need to stop studying passively and start asking powerful questions. And so, instead of memorizing a concept, just take an example of classical conditioning. Before memorizing it, ask yourself, why is this concept true? How does it connect to your action, responses, and behaviors or other related ideas of psychology? And in what time and situation does this concept will actually be applied to your real life? This is how you forces your brain to think deeply, and that's when learning becomes permanent. So here's a real game changer. What if learning psychology did not just feel easier? What if it felt like an adventure? What if studying was as fun as watching your favorite show? So, in part 2, I will show you how to gamify psychology, make it fun, and turn learning into an adventure. Till then, subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for the next part because the brain learns best when it is having fun.